Email is still the highest ROI channel for online businesses in 2025. Yet we talk to 5, 6, and 7-figure founders every single day who struggle to turn their email list into predictable and consistent revenue. And when I take a look under the hood of their email marketing, I see the same mistakes over and over again. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you the biggest email marketing mistakes that 99% of businesses make, and most importantly, how you can fix them to drive more revenue, boost retention, and maximize LTV in 2025 and beyond. So let's get right into this. Again, this is gonna be forced worst email marketing mistakes, starting with number one, which is ignoring deliverability. Deliverability is an indicator of how many of your emails land in the inbox versus in the spam folder. This is literally a make or break for your business and for email marketing, because if your emails go to spam, nobody's going to see them. So you can have the best copy, the best offer, the best design, and whatever, but none of that is going to matter if your emails are going to spam, just because nobody's going to see those emails. Plus, if you fix it and take your open rate from 10 to 40%, you will literally 4x the results, as 4 times more people see every single email. Let's just think about it. You're making 10K from your email list per month, let's say, but only 10% open rate, which means that, maybe 10K people open the email, so you're making roughly $1 per recipient. If the only metric you improve and change is going to be the open rate, suddenly, instead of 10K people viewing your emails, 40K people are going to view your emails, and your revenue per recipient shouldn't change at all, so your revenue would be 40K instead of 10K. This is why deliverability is so important. So now you might be wondering, okay, how do I fix deliverability? This is the exact fix. So first of all, you need to choose the right software. That's because every single software has a different sending IP. For example, if you're in Germany, you might want to use some other providers that are, call it like a regular terms, that are friendly with your inbox service providers, who are specifically, used by people in Germany. But if you're in the US, usually you're okay with going with some of the biggest softwares like Kit, ActiveCampaign, Clave if you run an ecom brand. Omnisend isn't bad right now as well. So make sure that you choose the software that has good deliverability per inbox service domain. That is the main one in your country. For the US and the UK, that's always gonna be Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail. All of those are quite important, but again, the softwares that I mentioned are gonna be the right ones, because they're gonna make sure that you have actually good IP, which is having good reputation to any inbox that you want to get into. Then secondly, you want to set up a custom or branded sending domain, which is a domain that you're setting up within your software. Every single good software has this option, so you're using actually dedicated sending domain rather than shared one, because shared one is sharing the IP with other people, and if someone else messes up with their deliverability, you will take a hit for their mistakes. So you need to implement a new custom or branded sending domain. Plus, you need to make sure that you have all of the DNS records in place. And when I say all of them, I mean SPF, DKYM, and DMARC records. These are the ones you need, plus custom sending domain. Then I also recommend adding your domain to Google Postmaster Tools. This is because Google Postmaster Tools is a tool dedicated from Google. So, you'll just be able to see what is your domain's reputation, IP reputation, what is your spam rate for Gmail inboxes specifically. And let's be honest, probably 80 or 90% of your total recipients are coming from Gmail anyways. So you want to optimize for Gmail and the Google inboxes, and there is no better way to do it than with Google's actual tool that I recommend to use. Plus, they're giving you benchmarks that you need to follow if you want to have good open rates and deliverability for Gmail inboxes. Then the fourth step seems to be super simple, which is warming up the domain, and it is actually very simple, because what you do is you create segments of engaged people, which is the one that opened or clicked your emails in the last 7, 15, 30 days. You start sending to those segments, and over time, as you start scaling, which is point number 5, you will start expanding those segments to target broader groups of people, because then you want to maximize your total revenue along with the open rate as well. So this is exactly how you fix deliverability. And again, if your deliverability is a mess, then make sure that you actually fix it, because it's gonna improve your results tremendously and pretty much instantly. Now, second mistake is no product market fit. So if you're actively scaling and got past 50 to 100K per month using all ads only, because you're watching the video, I assume that emails aren't a big part of your business. So if you got there using ads only, or maybe even organic content, you probably already have a product market fit. Like, let's be honest, if you had a terrible product that people didn't want to buy, you wouldn't be selling 50 to 100K worth of that product monthly, whether it's physical product, digital product, course, whatever. But here's where most people mess up with their email list. Instead of doubling down on what works, they'll promote something else because they want it to work or think it will work. And this is a big mistake because usually, you have the product market fit right in front of your eyes because you're using this product market fit and this product and this offer to run your ads. But then when it comes to email, people are gonna try and promote something entirely different, which doesn't make sense at all. You should be promoting the exact same thing that your ads and content promote. That's because, look, if you're promoting, let's say, supplements like weight loss supplement, and run ads for your weight loss supplement, you create content around it, and people go to your website and they opt in for your embedded sign up form or for your pop-up to get the lead magnet or offer or discount or whatever. And you promote, and then again, they opt in for the weight loss supplement. They want weight loss supplement, but they're like, okay, you know what? We're actually selling quite a lot of weight loss supplements. Maybe let's try and promote something else. Maybe let's try a supplement for better focus. You see, and this is where there is no product market fit because there is no discrepancy between your email list and your ads. You need to be pushing the exact same content that your ads do. And this is a huge mistake because if you do this, your sales are gonna go down instantly. They're gonna drop tremendously. So you can't be doing it this way because it doesn't really make sense. You need to be promoting your best-selling products. They are called bestsellers for a reason, not because you created a collection on the website called bestsellers, or you have a section on your website that says, hey, these are our best-selling products. These are actual bestsellers because they're selling well. So if you have 1, 2, or 3 products that are generating the majority of the revenue, let's say 80 to 90%, and you want to try something else instead, don't do this. There is place for cross-sales, upsells, all of this, but they have to be done in a specific way in your funnel. You can't be pushing cross-sells to people who didn't even buy from you, right? That doesn't make sense. Someone opted in to buy weight loss supplement and you promote supplement for better focus. They won't buy. It's as simple as that. Same goes for, info products or courses. If you have a course on, let's even follow this example of the video. If you have a course on how to fix deliverability and I'm promoting it as a lead magnet, hey, here's the exact steps you need to follow to improve deliverability. But then I try selling their product being hey, this is how you actually grow the SMS list. Well, they might be interested, but the primary reason why they joined my email list is because they had issues with deliverability. So yes, a small percentage of people is going to get this how to grow SMS list product. But if I were to release a product on deliverability and promote it to those people, I would get way more sales just because I know that these people are problem aware, solution aware, and now I'm introducing the product, so they will also be product aware. And all of these combined make sure to actually convert those people and have the right product market fit, right? And again, if you want to cross-sell, instead of guessing which product or which upsell will do well, just look at the data and identify top performance, but instead of identifying your best sellers for prospects, so for people who are buying from you for the first time, identify best sellers for one-time buyers. So for people who already bought from you once, and then take a look at, okay, what they're buying is their second order, upsell, downsell, take a look at all of this. And this is how you actually create cross-sells and upsells that convert way, way better. And again, make sure that your email list and your emails and automations and campaigns are congruent with what you're pushing with your content, ads, and what you have on your landing page. Now let's get to mistake number 3, which is gonna be blunt copy. So this is honestly one of the worst mistakes that you can make, and I mean all of them are terrible, but this one's really the worst. Because once you fix deliverability and have the product market fit, you need to have good copy. Because even if you have good deliverability and the right product market fit, but your copy is terrible, then your emails won't convert. They're gonna be super bland. They won't be covering the right objections someone has. They're just gonna be, writing about whatever, which doesn't make sense and it won't generate you any sales. So blunt copy is honestly one of the main reasons why your emails don't convert or they don't perform as well as they could, right? And again, this is after you have the right product market fit and after you have deliverability. If you have both of those mistakes fixed and your emails aren't converting, blunt copy is probably the reason. That's because you're competing with dozens of other companies, and if you have the same copy and paste messaging, you won't stand out. Just think about it. How many emails have you received from a company that says, hey, welcome to company X, I'm here to help you solve XYZ problem, or maybe even not that, that's like actually even better than what I'm seeing in some of those emails. But hey, welcome to, family XYZ, I'm so glad to have you, you're gonna be getting the best content and the best tips and the best discounts that you can imagine. If you want to buy something from us, click here. Like, it's so bland, like what do you even sell? Like why should I buy from you? Why should I trust you? What problems you're solving? None of that is covered within the copy. And copy is really the only way that you can convey all of those messages, because if you don't, then your landing page has to do it. But again, if you're emailing someone, your goal is to get a click, so then they're on the landing page that they can read. That's why bland copy is so bad. So let's assume that another company in a different niche could use the exact same generic copy. It means that you're doing something wrong. Like the copy example I just gave you, which is like, hey, welcome to company XYZ. We're so glad to have you here. You're gonna be getting exclusive deals, helpful tips and whatever else. If you want to buy from us, click here. Any business in the world could use this copy, like literally any. Doesn't matter what you sell, if it's physical, digital product, coaching, even brick and mortar stores, anyone could use this copy, which is a perfect indicator of how bland is your copy. If another business in a different industry could use the exact same copy as you, this is wrong. Like, it can't be done like that. It has to be a bit more tailored to your customers. Again, first thing you need to remember is why they clicked on ad. So like, what problem are you solving? And secondly, you need to be talking about this problem in your emails. So you need to be okay, like they know about the problem because they clicked on the ad. They might be solution aware because they joined my email list after offering them a discount, lead magnet, or whatever, ebook, PDF, whatever that might be. So now I need to show them that actually this solution works. I need to remove their objections and show them that this is not some fake stuff, but it's actual product that others are using. So you need to build trust and social proof. And again, you're going to do all of that with copy, which can't be bland, because if you make it bland, then it won't convert at all. Building relevancy is done through making readers show that you know them better than they know themselves. Just think about it. Whenever you buy something from a trusted person, usually they build this trust because they're like reading their emails and their social media posts and watching their stuff, and you're like, hey, this is exactly what I need. This is exactly what I'm struggling with. And this person talks in a way that, it's pretty much me. Like, they talk like me. And I know that they feel the same problems, or at least know how to solve them, because this is exactly how I feel about this problem I have. And again, you can achieve all of that with having good copy. So make sure that you have actually good copy based on the research, because again, if you build and write something that is relevant, your emails are gonna convert way better. Even, you don't need to be picky with words. Like, it's not what the copy is about. You not to be, choosing the most sophisticated phrases. It's not really about it. It's about building relevancy and showing them that you understand them 100%, because if they see it, they're gonna be like, okay, they know my problems, so this solution that they have is 100% gonna work because they know my pain. Now, this is again a solution to how to write better copy. So again, like I said, the foundation of every good piece of copy is your research, right? Like, this is the primary way of writing better copy. Yes, you could be studying, best formats for headlines, subheadlines, subject lines, call to action, transitions, all of this. But it won't be as good as if you wrote like pretty basic copy in terms of, the messaging. But if it was done based on the research, and if you're actually following, the pain point someone has, right? Again, you want to build trust and close a relationship by being relevant. The person or your reader that you're targeting, they need to see like, okay, they're writing about this problem. This is exactly how I feel. Like, they get me, and then they're starting to sympathize with you, because if you understand them, they're gonna be like, yeah, I like this person. They know what I'm struggling with. They know the pain, the struggle, and you kind of need to build a relationship, and you can only do it by having the right research and copy. Showing that you understand your audience, the problems, dreams, and the way they think is exactly how you do it. If you speak their language and it feels like they're talking to a friend, your copy will do 10 times better. So start with research, test multiple angles, and see what resonates the most. So again, just make a list, to keep it simple, make a list of biggest problems your customers have and what their dreams are. and then based on that, create messaging and emails around it. And again, this is the foundation of the copy. So your ads are probably doing it, but if your emails are not, then make sure that you actually implement it, because this one change alone is gonna like tremendously improve your click rates, open rates maybe not, but they will to some extent, because your subject lines are gonna be more relevant. But your click rates and conversion rates are gonna actually skyrocket and increase significantly if you do this one thing, which is making the right research and writing copy that is relevant. So targeting the exact same objection someone has, targeting their problems, making them feel understood and taken care of. Because if you do this, if you achieve this with your copy, your email list is gonna be a goldmine. Now let's get to mistake number 4, which is gonna be lack of automations. So email automations are like having a 24/7 salesman that solves objections based on the customer journey. Missing them can literally cost you 5 to 6 figures per month or even per year, mainly because they're automated and can be constantly optimized to the point where every single email hits them at the perfect time. What I mean by it is that with campaigns which are being one-off, it might be pretty hard to compare the data exactly one-to-one, because every single person and subscriber is a different point of their customer journey when getting email from you. Okay, if someone's getting a singular campaign, they might have been on your email list for 7 days, while the other person might have been there for 2 months. Okay, and the way that they're gonna behave and engage with this email is gonna be way different. But with automations, it's different, because you are seeing the exact step right now they're in their journey, and you can optimize it by running direct A/B tests for every single person at the exact same stage in the customer journey. And if you don't have any automations, these are the exact ones that you should start with, which is going to be the welcome series. This is after someone joins your email list, so for every single new subscriber. Then you have abandoned cart and checkout, just for recovering those abandoned carts and checkouts, as simple as that. And then you have post-purchase journey, which should not be only upselling or cross-selling, because this is another like big mistake that a lot of businesses make, which is, okay, post-purchase, I need to be selling only. That's not true. You should be pushing content so they stay more with you, so you have less returns, less refunds and all of this, because if they see your content and see that they're actually knowledgeable about what you're teaching or whatever, what you're selling, they're gonna stay with you and they're gonna keep buying from you more and more and more, because they will understand that, okay, this isn't some random person, but they actually care about my experience and about me solving the problem. But of course, you also need to have upsells and cross-sell in the post-purchase flow, because this is how you actually maximize LTV. But again, you want to have all of those 4s in place, and this is a good starting point. This is not all of the flows that can be built out, but this is a very good starting point, that if you don't have any flows or automations, start with these 4 ones, and they're gonna have a huge impact on your business and make way more sales. Then after you have them set up, you need to analyze the performance, customer journey, and add any other ones based on the email engagement or website activity, because again, all of those automations are triggered based off the email engagement or website activity. So we want to read all of this, run A/B tests directly, test angles, offers, subject lines, time delays, all of this, and then find the right variation that converts for you, because again, every single business is going to be different. For one business, 3 email welcome flow might be the best one, because they don't need more to convert. For someone else, it might be 25 emails spread out across 90 days, just because the conversion window is gonna be longer. And that brings me to last but not least, which is not nurturing enough. If you're wondering what nurturing is, it's pretty much the process of building and maintaining relationships with potential and existing customers over time, ultimately aiming to convert them into loyal advocates. And this is exactly what you should be doing for both prospects and existing customers as well. This is where a lot of businesses fall off. They think that, okay, we're gonna be nurturing this prospect, we're gonna be sending them tons of emails, showing retargeting ads, and if they convert, well done, job is finished, and I don't need to do anything else because they converted. Well, that's not true, because there is gonna be so much more revenue potential in existing customers that can buy more from you. Think about it, like the toughest task that you have as a business owner running online business is to get non-buyer or like prospect, which is new to your business, and get them to pay you money, like their hard and earned money for a product that you're selling. If you do this, then the toughest part of the job is done, but the whole job is not done yet, because you can keep selling them more and more and more until you're pretty much finished. If you think about the biggest brands and businesses in the world, this is exactly how they operate. They start with getting you to buy. getting you through the door, and then after you buy, they are gonna start cross-selling the shit out of everything they have because they know that once you spend it, you're gonna keep spending more and more and more and more because they already have your credit card data, they have your information, and like most importantly, they bought the product from you. And if your product is good, they're gonna keep buying just because of it, right? And with the right nurturing, it's gonna be even more sales they're gonna making. So let me get back to the mistake because every customer makes the buying decision in their own time. Okay, so some people will buy right away, some will need 3 days, some 3 months. And this is exactly why nurturing over time and making it consistent is so important, because that's again true for both buyers and non-buyers. If someone is new to your brand or business, they might not be aware of like, okay, who are they, what they're selling, why should I trust them, do they have any proven case studies or whatever. And if you do, you're gonna show it over time. Some people, they won't need much convincing, but some people will need to see maybe 3 of your emails and 1 retargeting ad before they buy. Some people might need 3 months because like, okay, this is, problem I'm struggling with, but I'm not gonna buy it right now. I'm not gonna solve it. It's not that big of a deal. But then over time, it's gonna keep getting worse and worse. And this is when they're gonna convert. And I also covered it right there. So if someone is on your email list, they most likely joined because of what you're selling, okay? So you are solving some kind of problem that someone has. This is the simplest way to think about it. If they didn't buy from your competitor, chances are the problem is still not solved. So they still have the problem, and you know that they are aware of this problem and of the solution because they are on your email list. So you need to keep educating them on the problem and on your solution and solving their objections until the problem is too big to ignore. So again, if someone signed up to your email list because maybe they're about to get a divorce and they need some relationship advice because they don't know what to do, and they opted in, let's say, today. Let's say, that things got a bit better. They put off the divorce. It's been better for 2 months, but then the topic comes back. They want to do divorce again because they're arguing quite a lot. And let's say, this is gonna be a husband, and the husband wants to fix this, but he doesn't know how. He's been on your email list for 2 months. He's been getting tons of valuable content on how to actually, improve the relationship, how to fix it, how to be a better husband, better dad, or whatever. But it wasn't that big of a problem because, his personal problem kind of got put off, like swept under the rug. It disappeared, it wasn't there, so it wasn't the real. But then after 2 months, it got real again. But after those 2 months, you're not a new solution to this guy. You are a trusted business that is actually giving advice, that is knowledgeable and an expert in the topic. So if the problem becomes too big to ignore, again, even if it's purely because of the timing, you will be the first person that these prospects think of because you've been at the top of their mind for over 2 months. So this is why nurturing and staying on the top of someone's mind is so important, because if you do it right, you just like kind of are emulating the timing factor of the whole selling process, which is one of the biggest factors. Because even if you look at the website conversion rate, for your business, it's gonna be probably, let's say, 5%, which is already gonna be a good score, which means that 95% of your traffic is wasted. But if you have an email list, you can convert at least a part of this traffic over time, making those purchases way more profitable and making your overall profit margin way better. Okay, and then again, after someone already buys from you, you should still be nurturing them to have better retention, cross-sell them, or just collect positive reviews and introduce a referral program, which is also some way of growing your business. And again, you need to be nurturing both buyers and non-buyers, because if you stop doing it, you will start missing out on tons and tons of sales. So that's the 5 worst email marketing mistakes and exactly how to fix them. So now you might be thinking that, okay, I can take all of this knowledge, I can go ahead and optimize my email automations, improve the campaigns, and start turning my email list into revenue, right? Well, not exactly. That's because email marketing in itself is like a full-time job. You can't be managing all of your email campaigns, running A/B tests for automations, or coming up with new subject lines for the test. You as a founder and business owner need to be working on high leverage tasks like working on partnerships, running ads, or improving the product and overall offer. So if you want to have someone who is trusted and knows how to turn your email list into actual gold mine, then click the link below this video to book a free strategy session with me. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this, which is taking your current email list and turn it into money making machine. And if you don't have email list, but for example are spending tons of ads or putting out tons of content with huge reach, I'm also gonna show you how to build the list so you can actually start building it and then monetizing, which is gonna be great because email list is the only traffic source that you can fully own and control, which is also not gonna get banned like your Facebook ad account or your Instagram account. So again, if you want me to personally manage your emails, click the link below this video. There's gonna be a free strategy session with me. But if you're not there yet, make sure to watch my other video, which is gonna be recommended by YouTube. Thank you so much. Cheers.